Stand back! Shit! Where's your fashion? Get out of my way! Stand back! What have you got to wave about? I don't care! We haven't sent an Andrea! Look at me in the eyes! Not as pissed as I am! Get out! Leave me alone! Get out! You French pig! Yeah. It's together! Shit! What is that? What is that? What is that? That says on the best. What is it? Non-stick! Look! Look! What the f*** is this? Hey, madam, how much?
Ah, yes. I'm sure by now we're all familiar with Gordon Ramsay's screams.
You French pig! Yeah. You dirty pig! Get out! Get out!
But it's safe to say that Gordon has layers? When Gordon rose to fame in the 2000s, this was largely down to his brand as a hard-ass chef that wasn't afraid to make people cry. But over the years, there's been a subtle shift in Gordon's TV persona, as we've started to see a softer side to Gordon. He's become known as a down-to-earth father figure, an all-round decent bloke that mends broken families.
I'm gonna help you, but I also want to protect the family. Yes, I'm really sorry. Let me help you. It's so important to talk. And hey, big boy, hey, I'm here to help you.
But of course, he's still maintained the same reputation for ruthlessness and no nonsense.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Idiot sandwich what?
But on top of all the different identities that Gordon has created throughout his career, what if we added the role of therapist and life coach to his collection of disguises? And what does looking at Gordon's shows through the lens of therapy tell us? Not just about how Gordon's brand has changed, but also about how reality TV more generally has changed since the 2000s. Gordon's early entertainment career began with the documentary series Boiling Point, which largely revolved around Gordon abusing and insulting his employees. From here, Gordon soon levelled up to insulting the wider public.
Idiot! Okay. What is that? Look!
Yeah.
Calling contestants in Hell's Kitchen donkeys,
No.
dirty pigs, and useless pieces of shit, and fat-mouthed little stupid bitch. In fact, all of this was a pretty normal part of reality TV in this era.
Tell him how many slices of bread you have a day.
About 6.
He has 42 slices of bread every single week. That guy is pure fat.
Ugh. This kind of reality TV belonged to a decade which people have started to call the nasty noughties. This was an era when shows like The X Factor and Jeremy Kyle, or American Idol and Jerry Springer for you Americans, invited us to sneer and laugh at participants. Whilst tabloids like The Sun and Heat magazine hounded women over their stretch marks and sex lives. Sarah Ditum argues that this was all part of an entertainment industry of viciousness and excess, where cruelty was the norm and misogyny was celebrated, when sex tapes made headlines with little consideration of whether their subjects wanted them in public or not. But since the heyday of juicy sweatpants and Nintendogs, Gordon Ramsay's image has softened, as he's gone on to judge MasterChef Junior, and shows like Kitchen Nightmares have become more focused on healing broken families.
You're an amazing family. You've just forgotten it.
Back in the 2010s, Michelin star chef Angela Harnett had already noticed how Gordon had adapted to certain cultural changes, saying, "People don't like the aggression so much. They no longer want to see him or Simon Cowell make people cry."
I apologise.
No, Simon. You want to alter your ways.
So instead of just being angry all the time, Gordon started to refashion himself as a warm-hearted but tough patriarch.
I love you too.
This change took place alongside a larger cultural shift that included social movements like Me Too and Black Lives Matter, as by the end of the 2010s, behaviours that had just years earlier been tolerated or covered up were now being called out, and expectations of what was deemed acceptable behaviour within reality TV became more tightly controlled. Although these changes are often kind of superficial and sort of just create the illusion of social justice and representation. Anyway, in a video essay on Love Island, Broe Deschanel points out that the show's become a lot more sanitised because of these kinds of changes. Compared to the show's early seasons, the contestants are now given a limited amount of alcohol each night, and no cameras are allowed in the smoking area. Compare this to the heyday of classic Big Brother, where contestants were constantly drunk, and the producers intentionally created moments of explosive drama in the house.
Who is she? Who is she? Where did you find her?
David's dead.
No, he's not.
You can't.
But in contemporary Love Island, there's more pressure on producers to fulfill a duty of care, with on-set therapists and psychologists, and sex scenes are no longer shown to the entire world.
Dirty. Filth.
This brings us back to the main focus of the video: therapy.
I will go.
Please.
You are so in denial.
Okay.
You need therapy.
In the 2000s, therapy, family intervention and life coaching were already pretty integral to reality TV. Dr. Phil, Jerry Springer, or even sophisticated classics like Freaky Eaters, usually focused on mental health issues or phobias.
I love cheese and potatoes. It's ooey gooey and just yum yum yummy. I can't.
And some of the fundamental filming techniques we associate with reality TV have always had a bit of therapy flavour to them. The use of confessionals, when the cast speak privately to a camera crew, is the most obvious example. This is usually when cast members reveal their true feelings, or, like in Big Brother, spaces like the diary room are used by contestants as a place to process any ongoing drama or stress. Not that different to the basic setup of a therapy session.
What would you want to say to Gemma?
Pretty much, I will let Gemma know that she is a fat and the shoes that she gave me were not something that I would particularly buy for myself. They were old maiden type of shoes, and she said that those shoes were meant to be worn on a beautiful woman, so if that's the case, she should have put them back on the rack.
In these kinds of shows, therapy is mostly used as a device for creating drama rather than for supporting long-term health or well-being. But in an article for The New Yorker, In-Kyu Kang talks about the recent rise of what she calls therapy TV. With the popularity of shows like Couples Therapy, and with programs like The Real Housewives allowing filming crews inside people's therapy sessions, reality TV is becoming increasingly focused on depicting journeys of healing and growth. Kang notes that the backdrop to this shift is partly due to the destigmatization of mental illness in the broader culture, as well as the rise of therapy speak in everyday conversation and diagnoses as identities on social media. But Gordon's style of therapy is obviously different to a gentler language of wellness and self-care.
You guys are a bunch of losers.
In shows like Kitchen Nightmares, Hotel Hell, and 24 Hours to Hell and Back,
I must say, that was one of the most underwhelming meals.
Gordon blends aggressive masculinity with a language of hard work, self-improvement, and family values.
Stay with your tails. Pan over. Pan up. It's me now. It's me. Pan up. Pan down, Meg.
I'm Tilly.
Tilly, sorry, pan down, Tilly, please. Yeah, one, yes. Pan up, please, Tilly. Pan down, please, pan down. Pan down. Pan down, please, pan down. Pan down, Tilly, pan down, Tilly. Pan up, Tilly. Look at those onions now. Come on, seriously. Pan down, please, pan down. Yeah, one, yes.
He usually tries to help failing businesses get to the root cause of their problems by basing his diagnosis on toxic relationships, personal failings, and the occasional meth addict chef. Of course, after Gordon serves up a large dose of shock therapy,
It's like a mosaic of semen.
dysfunctional families confess to their unhealthy behaviours and finally commit to change.
My father never gave me a compliment. Told me I sucked. Never could do nothing with my life. He was a great worker, yeah, but didn't give a about his own son, who cared about him. I let it destroy me. He died before I could prove him wrong.
You're doing that now.
Prove him wrong. You're right. Let's go.
By the end of each episode, Gordon emerges as the hero of the show after he fixes not just the business, but the people themselves.
Thanks to you.
Keep up the good work. Levantes is back on the map. Big time, yes? The passion is back in Luigi's.
But does Gordon's approach actually have any long-lasting success? And is reality TV fundamentally at odds with achieving this kind of positive change? The simple fact that Gordon only spends a few days, and sometimes even just 24 hours with these people, means that it's pretty unlikely that he'll be able to resolve months or even years of conflict with advice that's usually pretty generic.
You need to set your differences aside. I can't start to help you guys if you're not prepared to help yourselves. First thing that has to change here is you, young man. You need to man up and start showing some respect.
And Gordon's analysing and squishing and sniffing and pulling and scraping and prodding and squishing and sniffing and prodding and sniffing and pulling and sniffing and sniffing. But the cracks in people's relationships is usually used as a device to create moments of emotional excess and spectacle as we watch people break down in tears or screaming matches.
No! I didn't say that! I'm telling you this bullshit! Hey! Say that clown! That's what you said. No, I didn't say. This is what happened. Yeah. I did right, I did wrong.
I'm just trying to figure out what happened. I mean, I wasn't here.
Then wake up! You wake up, idiot!
From this perspective, Gordon's many shows feel like the contemporary equivalent of a freak show as we, the viewers, are invited to indulge in the spectacle of dysfunction. But Jesus Christ, is it entertaining. In his video essay on the ideology of Gordon Ramsay, Jack Saints argues that the feel-good atmosphere of Kitchen Nightmares masks the fact that staff are being emotionally exploited by the producers, and that most restaurants end up closing after Gordon's visit. Jack also points out that at their core, Gordon's shows reinforce capitalist values of hard work and success.
My life has just changed drastically.
By focusing on personal relationships and people's own characters, a restaurant's failure after Gordon's visit can always be blamed on the owner's poor choices, inexperience, or personal failings.
If we can't be successful now, then we're all idiots.
Rather than more complicated things like economic depression or being literally right next door to a crack house. And the fact that Gordon is from a working class background and wastes no opportunity reminding us of this means that we perceive him as a self-made man who worked his way up to the top through nothing but macho insults, good cooking, and hard graft. I mean, how could we not? Just look at that hot bod. Oh, Gordon. The ideological backdrop to Gordon's reinvention of himself as family therapist reflects similar values. The show essentially tells us that if everyone involved follows the counselling that Gordon offers, they'll achieve success. From this angle, real change and success comes from an individual's hard work, rather than a complex blend of economic advantages, privileges, experience, market research, not being next door to a crack den, or even just dumb luck. As Andrea LaMarre points out, under capitalism, happiness is promised to those who act in their own best interest, as we're expected to take the correct steps to achieve a happy life by pursuing things like therapy, self-help and fitness, whilst also being productive at work. And beneath the surface of Gordon's support for these people, the counselling and advice that he offers is arguably just a device for inflating his own authority and expertise.
I feel amazing. I've been given a gift, a great gift, and an amazing opportunity, and I will be forever grateful.
After spending a shameful amount of hours watching his shows, it's pretty obvious that they always tend to reach the same conclusion. Gordon Ramsay is always right. And sexy. So all in all, we're left with an important question. even though reality TV now wears a kinder and more caring face, is it really any less exploitative? And can a genre that so often capitalises on drama and humiliation really ever be therapeutic? For now, it seems pretty clear that even though reality TV invites us to heal ourselves, we can only participate if we first surrender ourselves to its ideology and join the spectacle.
Welcome to the new Catialo.
Sometimes, yes. Because it's just the same thing day after day.
It's mundane.
That's probably half the problem.
Not nice, is it?
No.
Jumping in and out the freezer for a Yorkshire pudding. Why haven't you tried to do anything about it?
Because I've just got in a rut.
I so desperately want to get out of that rut. And hey, big boy. Hey, I'm here to help you.
Right.
Sexy. Gordon is always sexy. And hot. Gordon is always hot.